Vice President Kamala Harris is now hitting back at questions on why she has to even visit the southern border, as it's now been 77 days since the president named her as the point person on the crisis. The vice president suggesting the real focus should not be on our border, but instead on what's going on in places like Guatemala and Mexico. Watch.
Can you commit right now that you will indeed visit the U.S.-Mexico border, and will you do it soon?
Jeremy, let me tell you something. Yes, I will, and I have before. But the reality of it is that we need to prioritize what's happening at the border, and we have to prioritize why people are going to the border. I think it's short-sighted for any of us who are in the business of problem solving to suggest we're only going to respond to the reaction as opposed to addressing the cause.
But the vice president is not yet providing dates on a potential visit.
Do you have plans to visit the border?
Not today, but I have before, and I'm sure I will again.
Madam Vice President, there have been questions about why you and President Biden have yet to visit the border, the U.S. southern border, and I'm wondering if you can answer some of those.
The reason I am here in Guatemala as my first trip as Vice President of the United States is because this is one of our highest priorities, and I came here to be here on the ground to speak with the leader of this nation around what we can do in a way that is significant, and I will continue to be focused on that kind of work as opposed to grand gestures.
We are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making. I'm not discounting the importance of the border.
Oh, Tommy, here we see her getting just more and more defensive by the day, digging in about why she doesn't have to go to the southern border as vice president.
You know it's bad when someone from the leftist mainstream media even has to ask the question, because we know that generally they don't like to do that. But it's gotten so bad she's going to have to address it. But Kamala aside, I want to go back to the reporting and talking about, you know, the 75-year-old grandmother that's coming across. Nobody watches that and doesn't feel for that woman and the others that are coming over. But I'd also like to say a couple of points here. She's coming from Venezuela, I believe. This is also, you know, a warning to those of us in this country what happens when you let your nation be taken over by socialists and you let communism and socialism come into your nation. Then you have to flee from it. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Nobody flees from the United States, but many people flee to it. So that's just, again, another reminder in talking about this border crisis. But it's not enough for Kamala to say, do not come. When you're incentivizing people to come over here, when we're promising them health care, when you're promising them that they will essentially be caught and released, when you're giving them stimulus checks in some places, they are going to continue to come over here, whether you have a half-hearted response saying do not come or not. They are going to continue to come over. And as I say every time I am on the show and every time we talk about these so-called root causes that Kamala went on her 2-day little photo op escapade to discover, when you allow an open border, you are funding the very criminal organizations that are destroying these nations that people are fleeing from. When you have an open border, you're not only destroying our nation through mass illegal immigration, but you're also funding the organizations that are ruining those. So at the end of the day, we need to secure our border not only for our country, but for those countries as well, so that they can get back on track. The criminal organizations are not being funded the way they are now because of this wonderful criminal enterprise that we're providing. Want to know the root causes, Kamala? You didn't have to go to Guatemala to find them. You could just take a look at our southern border and have a little common sense.
That's exactly right. And Leo, so you saw the vice president there in Guatemala saying, you know, my physical presence here denotes the priority. This sends the message of how much I prioritize my work with you. But as Tommy points out, then that also equally sends the message that her absence at the southern border certainly sends the message that it's not a priority. And again, establishing a meaningful border so that, because right now the open border, it's not compassionate, it is simply cruel. So she's ignoring the root cause that comes from her own administration, Leo.
You're absolutely right. And let's just be honest. You know, I'm listening to her as a lawyer. What did she accomplish by going to Guatemala and Mexico? Nothing. It was nothing more than a photo op, and she got destroyed. She got destroyed and annihilated by the reporter. She accomplished absolutely nothing. When she talks about the root cause, This country is not into nation building, Guatemala or Mexico. We had a secure border on January 19th, 2021. It has been let loose by the Biden-Harris administration. Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Kamala Harris is over her head. She doesn't want to be there. She doesn't want to be there at all. She was forced to go there, primarily from Fox News, conservative outlets, constantly showing the situation at the southern border. What is her end game? Kamala, I'll tell you right now, you have no political future. You just have no political future, and this will haunt her. And the problem is simply this: when she can become sarcastic and show that nervous laugh, which is a defensive posture of her inability to handle this issue, it comes across over and over again. And if she's getting her marching orders from the left, Ocasio-Cortez, she's in trouble. The bottom line is this: let's be very clear. The Biden-Harris administration has no game plan for the southern border. She wants America to ignore it. We will never ignore the southern border, Kamala Harris.
That's exactly right, Leo, and especially in conjunction with, for example, one of her tasks, which is in charge of voting rights, where she came minutes after the president named her in that role. She came out with a statement, and remember, the first statement she ever made on the border was days later when pressed by a reporter. So to your point, it's so clear how much she hates this job and that she is, in fact, overwhelmed. And Kaylee, there was one reporter, however, that didn't destroy her. I'm going to show you a video when Univision reporter Maria Fernanda, it was allegedly her, asked a question, but it ended up not being her. It ended up being just a fangirl. Watch this moment here. We'll get your reaction on the other side.
Our next question will come from Maria Fernanda at Univision.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. For me, it's an honor because I actually got to vote for the first time as a nationalized citizen, and I voted for you.
Yeah, it's remarkable, Emily. That pretty much sums up the trip. That was not a real reporter. They're looking into it, but this trip went horribly. I mean, to echo Leo's points, it's not just my friend Leo saying that this is going to haunt her. In fact, Democrat operatives have told The Hill on background, so on the condition of anonymity, that this trip is going to haunt her. They said, you know, who wants the border on their list of political duties, because it's a hot button issue. It's one that's very hard to solve, and especially when you're making all the wrong decisions. But when you have AOC coming out and criticizing her, she's now lost her friends on the far left. Only 45% of Americans approve of the way Joe Biden is handling the border, so she's losing moderates in the process as well. And now the White House has even come out. Apparently, White House insiders, I saw this on CNN this morning, told CNN this: we are stunned by Kamala Harris's inability to answer a question. So Democrats are calling her out. White House insiders are calling her out. She's got a lot of problems on her hands. And then the voting rights mission as well was tanked by Joe Manchin. She is failing miserably at each of the tasks that have been given to her.
Harris, your thoughts?
Part of this conversation was about how some of the mainstream media, Lester Holt and others, are forced to kind of acknowledge the 800-pound gorilla in the room. And I'm looking at a report from Colby Hall, who's a media writer, and he says, did you see what CNN did? White House perplexed by Kamala Harris' performance on first foreign policy. This coming from CNN's Jeremy Diamond. Unnamed White House insiders were left perplexed by the performance of Vice President Harris on her recent trip to Guatemala and Mexico. Remember when she started, she said, Jeremy, let me tell you something. She was kind of tough with him because she knew the questions were coming and he was already in the middle of it. I mean, it's got to be uncomfortable now because you're caught between a rock and the hard place. You mentioned AOC is taking her to task, right? The progressive's not happy. So I don't know if she's listening to them or not. Doesn't sound like she is. And then the president puts her in charge of something that's going to be a political powder keg for her if she does want to go forward. So Leo, you're right. I mean, if this is the lily pad she has to stand on to get to the presidency next round or whatever, I hope she can swim. But when you look at what's really being said and done, so she goes down there, she talks to the leaders of Guatemala and Mexico, and her single message coming back is, don't come. So she's not listening to the president's policies, which don't say that either. what is going on with the vice president? It is time to ask that question, and she better have an answer quickly. I don't care how many cookies she carries with her.
And she talks about going to the southern border would be just a grand gesture, but I think we Americans call that showing up.
But Emily,
All
just
right,
real
coming
quickly,
up.
the part of the border she went to and as a senator was in your former home state of California. They have a
California.
wall. All right, I'm done.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.